We're gradually working our way through this week of architecture. Grayson, the great name in Jersey architecture.
Yeah.
Why is it? Why is he the great name? Why is he the autocratic architect? That's the message I get. Does that help to be autocratic?
I think he was, all architects need it. Bit of luck, and he had a bit of luck.
Yeah.
Meeting a client who wanted a wonderful building, modern building, and he delivered. He never did anything notable, in my opinion, before that. He certainly didn't do it afterwards.
Obviously, Les Lumières is a masterpiece,
yes,
by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes.
Would you expect an architect through his career to sustain that quality? I mean, is he allowed to fall away after he's done a work like that?
Well, all architects are different, like people, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what I, as a student of architects, not as opposed to architecture, architects tend to do ideas in threes. A group of buildings in threes. They'll do one building with a new idea in it, test it out, to do a second one to kind of further it, and a third one to do a perfect version of it, and then they'll move off in a different direction.
You mentioned all about the Eastern European, Austrian architects, that side of Europe, that great ferment, but a lot of political ferment going on in the 1930s.
Turmoil.
That seems to help the process, doesn't it?
Yeah, certainly. I mentioned Gropius or going to America. They were fated in America because there they came intelligent artists with a background of war and strife. This was behind them, so they emerged as heroes, which no American art, apart from one Frank Lloyd Wright, could match. Wright was a genius in his own right.
The message, I mean, it was rather interesting. I didn't realise he was building cavity wall buildings. Now, obviously, that was quite progressive in the 30s.
It was state of the art. It was miles ahead of anything else. Nowhere else to deceive.
How do we know that architects today, I mean, they're forced by building regulations in this part of the world to do certain minimum standards, left to their own devices? How can we trust architects to be going for state of the art, for pushing the boundaries?
Well, first of all, their education. The best part of 10 years of their life, they're educated in all different directions. What not to do is when the creative spirit goes above all that. You've got to go at another level. And it's a lot, just Tristan Job was in their room, and he's doing the new building next to Lily, and it's very, very good.
The other interesting aspect about it is like a certain mix of people, they meet each other, they fire each other off. There have to be that stimulus, there has to be something going on, doesn't there? One guy left on his own, not so likely to happen, is it?
You need to be part of a group, nobody can work alone. I think you got a bit of a buzz in there today, Michael. There were 70 people, this room was packed, wanting to know about something they don't know too much about. So,
I mean, I don't want to be too unkind to architects in Jersey. They're not very outspoken. They're not very. I mean, there's no university here to stimulate them. There's no great ferment. If they've got it, if they've been to Manchester or some college or somewhere, they bring the ideas back, but they get a bit diluted, don't they?
Yeah, they're hypersensitive. They are hypersensitive because they are concerned that the clients generally don't want to know. If it goes well, even then, they're averse to any publicity. They don't want to be.
Again, interesting with Grayson,
to themselves.
that client, the big clients, the couple of big clients he had there, they weren't afraid to have a little gamble, were they? They were afraid, build me a building, you design it, you build me a building.
It looked like 100,000, probably a couple of million these days. It was.
That's right.
He could not have done that. He could not have done it without that kind of client.
Right.
Could not have done it.
Would the lesser planning controls have been helpful to the architect then? Because obviously there was less control.
Well, I've spoken on television this week about the fact people are not stupid, and they will do fences and conservatories that suit the house. Now, they're not stupid. Nobody wants to do anything stupid, nobody, do they? So,
again, we've discussed this before about, I mean, obviously the 30s, the international style, which is very much a theme, but there isn't really a new international style, is there? There's lots of very clever stuff out there, lots of people playing with curves.
Good question, Michael, very good question. I mean, I went through international style, 60s, brutalism, classicism, neoclassicism, deconstructive. You know, you could make it up with a lot of things going on. but the core, the straight line running through for 100 years is international modern. It's Art Deco, which runs into a cul-de-sac, you know. International modernism is there now. They call Sterling a revisionist modernist. The Zahed is still international
I mean, the average guy, the average user, all they want is buildings that work. That's all the average guy in the street wants, isn't it? He wants a house which is warm and it's not too expensive to run. He wants a hospital which is working. This is practical, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
The architectural element, the aesthetics, there's something that gives you that little bit of buzz just for being there. That's something that the average guy doesn't really understand, is it?
No, it's a slightly different level, but you go to big cities, you see awesome buildings all over the world now, and you think, my God, how they get away, how they do that, you know? There's one in...
but as we've said before, it can be a bus shelter. It doesn't have to be big. No. Something that's really got something, that's dishing, that's a dishing building.
Certain guys, globetrotters, the superstars, Jean Nouvel in Sydney has produced a building. The tall building, the top cantilevers out, and it seems to have mirrors of light shining down on the roof of the next building. Quite extraordinary. There's a lot of amazing things going on.
Just one final thought. We're in a very conservative island. The finance industry, by its nature, is a very conservative, very respectable image type of activity. Do you think that the whole package of Jersey stifles original design?
It's an element, but it can be turned around. They do listen. They don't have total power, do they? Architects have the knowledge, politicians have the power, and you can live with it. I can live with it. You know, they saw the article that Chris Clifford wrote the other day about I forgot Cafe 20 years ago, saying the national press said I was a member of a cull of secrets, like in design, like in terrorists, you know. It's bollocks, it's nonsense.
Well, I hope this series is stimulating thought. I hope it is getting people's brains, not just architects, but everybody. I hope a few people are thinking maybe that's something different. You ought to be looking at things a bit differently. Or, do you think so? Do you get a feedback?
Well, I hope we've kind of started something off this week that will continue. Our next item on the architect's agenda, I hope it's going to be climate change, serious topic, and we really need to get to grips with that and not let it overtake us. You know?